Hi, welcome to the Pick Connection. I'm John Evans, your host, and today we are traveling to an agency that the Private Industry Council has worked with many, many times throughout the years. It's a great agency. I am talking about Goodwill of Southwestern Pennsylvania. We will be talking to Amy Kakmar. Amy is the Executive Director of Goodwill. Then we'll be talking to Gary Gibson. Gary is the Director of Operations. And finally, Andy Dorsey, who is the Director of Driver's Education. Great programs over there, so it's going to be a great show. And then we will be talking to Maria Lovett. She is the winner of the Divisional Employee of the Year. We have 3 of them. She is one of them. So stay tuned.
Are you looking for a career but lack the needed skills? With multiple short-term training programs, the Education and Technology Institute can help.
ETI offers nurse aid training and a diploma program in medical coding billing. ETI also provides training for employers and individuals in CPT coding, ICD-9 and 10 coding, electronic health records, medical billing, and insurance documentation.
Take the first step to a new career. Contact ETI at 724-836-2395 or visit www.eti.edu.
Coming up next is Gary Gibson. He is the Director of Operations for Goodwill of Southwestern Pennsylvania. With me now is Gary Gibson, and Gary is the Director of Operations for Goodwill of Southwestern Pennsylvania, and specifically, we're going to be talking to Gary today about the recycling center that Goodwill operates here in Fayette County. First of all, Gary, thanks for coming on the show today.
Well, thanks for having me.
Gary, I just want to ask you a few questions about the recycling center. When did the recycling center start?
The recycling center started in conjunction with Fayette County around 1990, and it started in Penn Street in Uniontown. It moved to this location probably about 1992. I might be off on my dates a little bit.
Okay, I've been there a few times. That's a heck of an operation down there.
We have about 40 employees. Half are staff and half are people receiving services. It's a training site along with the recycling center.
Okay, and Gary, why should we recycle?
Well, it's the right thing to do. You can't keep throwing everything into the landfills. The recycling, you get to reuse products, maybe not on what you started with, but the product could be something else further down the line. It saves our environment. And like I said, it's the right thing to do. You have to look ahead for your children and grandchildren.
Yeah, I agree with you because eventually, all these landfills, how many can you have?
Not enough, apparently.
Yeah, you're right about that. Now, Gary, who is supposed to recycle?
Fayette County is mandated to recycle. All the municipalities are supposed to recycle. We probably only have about a less than 50% participation. Wow. It's just the people just don't do it as well as they should. We pick up every site in Fayette County once a month, every street at least once a month in Fayette County, but a lot of people just do not put out their recycling. I don't know if it's because their parents didn't do it, so they don't have to, but I wish everybody would.
Now, there aren't any fines associated with if you don't put out stuff for recycling?
As I said, Fayette County is mandated. If they wanted to do that, that could be an option. I don't think it's ever been done, but not saying it wouldn't be done in the future.
Okay, because I know there are other areas that if you don't, you are fined.
Westmoreland County being one of them.
That's what I thought. Now, Gary, what products does the recycling center take in?
Well, we take in 2 types of plastic, number 1 and number 2. We take in corrugated cardboard, number 8 newsprint. We take brown, clear, and green household glass, and we take tin cans and aluminum cans, and then we also take in used motor oil, which we heat our building with in the winter.
I wasn't aware that you took in used motor oil.
The primary heat is propane at the recycling center, and that's outrageous. That's a big building. So we have several used oil heaters that we run at low temperature through the winter to try to supplement the cost.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind because I usually have some of that.
Well, we're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 4. Bring it down. We'll take it.
All right. Thanks, Gary. Now, I'm a new resident. I just moved into the area. How do I get into recycling, or what do I have to do?
You would call your your city or your borough, and they have or used to have recycling containers. If they don't have recycling containers, you could put, as long as you don't mix it, you could put your recycling out tied in bags, and we'll still take it. Just don't mix the newspaper with the recycling. I mean the glass and the plastic and the tin. But if the township does not have a can available, they're purchased through grants. And if they're all gone, well, we will take it like that. Just no household garbage. If there's any household garbage, the drivers will reject it.
Okay. And where do you get your equipment, your trucks and things like that?
Goodwill does not own any of the trucks or any of the equipment in the building. We own the building, we own the property. It's all obtained through the DEP and Fayette County. Grants come out about every 2 years or so, and then whatever we think we're going to need, the county helps us apply for a grant for that particular piece of equipment. So that's how we obtain everything.
Okay, and what happens with all the stuff you take in, all the commodities that you take in, Gary?
We market it. We take it for the highest person that can buy it. It's international sales. Today we might go to Florida, and next month we might go to Canada with the same commodity. It's whatever the market will bear. The prices on recycling are not high either, so we have to really shop around to find people to give us the best prices.
Well, Gary, thank you so much for sitting down with me talking about recycling. And once again, Gary Gibson, he is the Director of Operations for Goodwill of Southwestern Pennsylvania. And now we're going to be bringing up a co-worker of yours, Gary, Andy Dorsey, talking about the driver education program that Goodwill has here.
That ought to be a treat for you.
Okay, Gary, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
All righty, have a good day. It's a little hot. I can't get away with anything without being caught by somebody. But I am on my coffee break. I am allowed one coffee break a day. And when I am on my coffee break, I listen to the Pick Radio Show on 590 WMBS every Friday morning at 9:40 a.m. With me now is Andy Dorsey. Andy is the instructor for the driver education division here at Goodwill, Southwestern Pennsylvania. And I must say that over the years, Andy, the Private Industry Council and Goodwill, we have partnered on many, many different projects. It's always good to work with Goodwill. Both agencies, the Private Industry Council and Goodwill, have great programs. And it's nice agencies can join together and help out people in Fayette County.
Yeah, I've had many people come through Private Industry Council through our program, and we have a lot to offer. Today, we have a lot of the schools that are dropping driver's education, and it's a major need in our area of Fayette County to promote this. We've helped a lot of the people come through PIC. We've had people come through the welfare programs, and now we're trying to branch out and try to get some of the kids coming through high school. Just recently, Fraser eliminated their driver's education program. Some of the other districts are, and these children, 16, 17 years old, have to go through a certified program for so many hours. And it used to be the school districts, and now, pretty much we're the only ones around unless they can get some of the programs from Pittsburgh. And traveling there, if you don't have a license, how are you going to get there? So our services we're offering right now, we still do a little bit of the permit prep for the people that are having a hard time passing their test to get their learner's permit. But our major service is the behind the wheel, 36 hours of instruction. You get your driving instruction. You also get your safety theory that comes with it. At the end of that, it pretty much saves you 20%, right off the bat on your driving insurance. Wow. And the key is, I'm not going to teach you how to drive. I'm going to teach you how to drive safely. Be a safe driver on the road. It's a concern. A lot of the young kids right now, you see a lot of the accidents, and they're so brave on the road, and I really try to instill in them that eventually you're going to have an accident. The safer you are, the better you drive, and the more aware you are of your surroundings, the longer it's going to take to have that accident. And just trying to help a lot of people out. We try to take this program and help a lot of people in the area that don't have driver's licenses and can't get a job because of that. You know, we work together with private industry council, job developers. How many people, you know, I'd love to get a job, but I can't get there.
Yeah.
You have FACT, which is a great service, but you have to rely pretty much on FACT's schedule. Well, a lot of the businesses around the area, that doesn't matter to them. So the people need a driver's license. And I just had a man inform me the other day. He came through the program. He got his license last week, and he got a job at the Bon-Ton, you know, right after. So there we go. That's what we're aiming at, helping the people in our area.
Good, good. Andy, is there any like eligibility requirements or costs to get into your the Goodwill program? And how long does it take for someone? I'm going to ask you a series of questions, so I know you got a good memory.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, how long does it take? Used to, yeah. How long does it take? Is there any cost or eligibility? And can you get somebody's, you know, if a person's license have been suspended, are you able to maybe help them get their license back? Or if they lose a license, are you able to help them get that back?
Okay. Covered a lot of stuff there, and all I can say is yes, 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 yes to everything. Cost-wise, we'll do that first. The permit prep, if you come in and need some help with the permit, it's about 18, 20 hours of instruction. That's $100. The 36-hour course, and with the safety theory and everything, it's usually $450 for that. I know it's kind of hard to come up with $450 right away, but you know, we try to be flexible with that. Helping people get their license. I just had a person that had a medical, their license was suspended for a while for a medical problem. And they had to come back in and relearn to parallel park and do some things. We helped them through, and they were able to obtain their license. Trying to think what else you asked there.
If they suspended, lost.
Suspended, well, the thing was suspended. Yes, we can help, but you still have to take care of everything legally that you have to. If you have a suspension, you have that time you have to serve. If you have a fine, you have to pay that fine and do everything through the legal system first. And then if you have to retest, because a lot of people have to retest, they can come through our program, get the training again to go retest. Now, about the retest, when a person goes and gets their license the first time, people don't realize this. You pretty much do your parallel parking and you go out and do a short little road course. If you lose your license or you have to retest for some reason, now they take you clear out on the highway, take you out on 119 down through town. Wow. And now you're going to have to do a lot more than just the people that got their license. You're going to have to be able to pass somebody, merge properly. And this is all the stuff we teach how to do this safely in the 36-hour course.
Wow, don't lose your license then, right?
No, because see, I never realized myself until about a year ago that they do this when they retest. It's a lot harder to get your license back than it is originally to get your license.
Okay, now, and you take people out on the road and throughout the various sites here in Fayette County.
Right. You'll see all through town, you'll see our little blue car we'll be driving through. And, you know, I'll joke around with people, don't be surprised if you're driving in a different state. They'll look at me, and, well, we do. Because a lot of the people, to practice on their turning, their curves, will find a road up the mountain that isn't a lot of traffic coming at you, so we can work on all that stuff. Next thing you know, I'll say, hey, look at that sign, welcome to Maryland. Well, and then we turn around and come back. So we're all over the place. And you was asking about eligibility criteria. No eligibility criteria. As long as you're 16 years old, you can come in and take this. We've had people from 16 to 81. Wow. Doesn't matter what your income is or anything. As long as you can go through what the state requires to get a license, you can come into the program. Just call me, contact me. We'll set up a intake interview, do the paperwork, and then we set you up with a schedule. And right now, it's picked up a little bit where we're pretty busy because there's been a lot of younger kids trying to get their license over the summer. And so if somebody would call me today, I could probably get them in and started behind the wheel within maybe 10 days.
Okay.
So it's a quick period. And, you know, we don't have a long waiting list or anything.
Give out your phone number. I know our producer, Harry Metz, will get this on the screen,
Okay.
but also just give it out there.
Phone number 724-437-9878, and my extension is 234. Usually I'm out on the road, so if you call, you're probably going to get my voicemail. Leave a message, and I'll get back to you, and then we can set things up. Even if you want some information, you just want some information about what we're doing, costs, things like that, give me a call, and I'll get back to you.
Okay, thanks so much to Andy Dorsey, Director of the Driver's Education here at Goodwill. And next up will be the director, the big director of Goodwill Southwestern Pennsylvania, Amy Kakmar. So stay with us. And coming up next is Amy Kakmar. Amy is the Executive Director of Goodwill of Southwestern Pennsylvania. She will be talking about Friends of Goodwill.
Please visit our website at www.privateindustrycouncil.com and click on Community Benefits to see our current TV schedule, and click on Watch Our Videos to see our archive shows.
With me now is Amy Kakmar, and I'll tell you what, when I ask for people who are important, it's nice that they send a very, very important person to be on the Pick Connection. Amy Kakmar is the Executive Director of the Goodwill of Southwestern Pennsylvania. And Amy, thank you so much for coming on the show today.
Sure, no problem. Pleasure to do it.
Amy, as I talked with Andy a little bit earlier, over the years, the Private Industry Council and Goodwill have really worked together quite well as agencies providing certain needs here for people in Fayette County. And it's nice to see that agencies like us work together so well.
Yes, it is. The collaboration and the subcontracting we do with each other, it benefits everybody. So.
Absolutely. And what we want to talk about is Friends of Goodwill. And it's a neat program. And Amy, what program needs does the Friends of Goodwill assist with?
Well, the Friends of Goodwill is it's actually a group of volunteers that we have that come in usually between mid-August to the beginning of November. And it's a group that works on craft items that we can then resell. We usually do a holiday event in the first Friday of November usually. And with the proceeds that we make from the items that they create, mostly craft items, we're able to help generate funds we need to help with programs that we want to do. For instance, they provided the funding that we needed to purchase all of the cooking equipment so we could open up our cafe to then train our clients on food service programs. They also purchased upgrades for our computer lab so that we could again update that equipment to provide computer classes for our clients. They also helped to do fundraising to generate the funds we need to do a client party for our clients every year for the holidays and to buy them some type of a small gift. So all of their work that they do is geared toward the clients to help them. And these are funds that we normally would not be able to get through other contracts that are offered through the county, through the state, and so forth.
Yeah, I had an opportunity, it's been several years ago that I had an opportunity to meet some of the folks who are Friends Goodwill. You really, really have a group of dedicated volunteers.
Yes, we do. They've been active with us since, I believe, 1988, and they've helped raise, like I said, several thousands of dollars over the years so we could get some of these programs off the ground that we've been wanting to do. And right now we're looking to try to recruit additional members because some of our folks have been with us for a long time that have volunteered, and either they're starting to age, they don't have the dexterity and agility that they used to, in addition to watching grandkids and things like that now. So a lot of them don't have a lot of the time that they used to in the past. So we're always looking for new members to be able to help out. Anybody who has any type of crafting skills, painting skills, likes to help to organize and plan events, put things together. We're always looking for help. So,
great. Now, as if I want to become a Friends of Goodwill, is there a certain amount of time that I have to put in, or can I kind of pick my hours and days and things like that?
Yeah, it's pretty flexible. Usually, The ladies try to get together on a Monday, and they'll work usually from 9 to 12. Like I said, this is only from mid-August until the beginning of November. But they usually try to work from 9 to 12. But we've had some folks who can't make it down here on a regular basis or at all. They do some items just from home, and then they send them in, or we go in and we pick them up. So they're still contributing, but they may not be able to be here time after time, which is, again, not a problem for us. We're flexible with, how often they're able to be here.
Yeah, well, I like that. Do it from home, and then somebody will come out and pick it up.
Yeah, and it helps too that especially if they're making items that they're not having to haul their materials in here. Then they can just work from the leisure at their home at their own pace. But again, we do have the space and availability here if someone wants to do some work here as well.
Great. Amy, if I want to become a friend of Goodwill, what is the process? Who do I have to contact? How long does it take?
All they need to do, if anyone is interested, is give me a call here at Goodwill. I can explain to them a little bit more about the program and show them some of the ideas, show them some things that we've done in the past, talk to them about that. There's really not any type of application process or anything involved with it, just a commitment to want to do something, to give back to the community, and to provide their talents for us to, again, so that we can generate and benefit with our clients.
Okay, so someone can come down and maybe you'd give them like a quick tour of the facility, and that they can kind of check it out, I guess, and see if this is what they like to volunteer for.
Yes, exactly. And at the same time, we can show them some of the things, like I said, that the club, that the ladies have assisted with us in the past, that will show them where the work is going towards some of the programs we've been able to start.
Okay, Amy, and I know our producer will get this number up on the screen, but just give out the phone number where they can reach you.
Okay, they can reach me at 724-437-9878, and my extension is 204.
And Amy, I thank you so much for taking your time. And I know you're a busy lady here as the executive director of Goodwill Southwestern Pennsylvania here. So I do appreciate it so much, and thank you for coming on the show.
Sure thing. Thank you, John.
All right. And up next, and we always save the best for last, is Maria Lovett. Maria is a winner of one of the Divisional Employee of the Year awards. So stay with us.
Are you looking for a career but lack the needed skills? With multiple short-term training programs, the Education and Technology Institute can help.
ETI offers nurse aid training and a diploma program in medical coding billing. ETI also provides training for employers and individuals in CPT coding, ICD-9 and 10 coding, electronic health records, medical billing, and insurance documentation.
Take the first step to a new career. Contact ETI at 724-836-2395 or visit www.eti.edu.
Each year, the Private Industry Council recognizes 3 Divisional Employees of the Year, and I'm happy to have Maria Lovat here this year as a Divisional Employee of the Year. Maria comes from our Workforce Development Division. Maria, thank you so much for coming on the show today.
Thank you for having me, John.
Now, Maria, you work in the you are the Assessment Services Coordinator for the SAGE. What is SAGE?
The SAGE, John, is a system for assessment and group evaluation. And it is assessment that we have here at the Private Industry Council that we offer to many people. We offer them to job seekers. And I also have quite a few employers who also use our assessments.
Okay, and your award that you received, really, we, about a year ago, I think, we acquired or we took over the Head Start division in Beaver County. And you went up to Beaver County as a big, big job, but that's what you're being recognized for.
Yeah, John, it was a very big job. I didn't even think it was as big as it was when I started, to be honest with you. We had to hire 79 people to fill the offices up in Beaver.
Wow, and each one of them had to have a SAGE
assessment. Each one of them have to have the SAGE assessment because, as you know, that's part of the Private Industry Council's hiring process.
Wow. That did take quite a bit of time.
Yeah, it was a long, drawn-out process because, a lot of they had vacations, so we had to schedule, reschedule them. But I was up there for almost 3 weeks constantly. We stayed up there to do these assessments.
Well, that means staying overnight away from the family.
Yeah, that's what that does mean. But I couldn't have done this all by myself, John. I did have a group of people that helped me that are totally wonderful.
Yeah, now you do have a good group of people that helps in the SAGE assessment, and we do want to thank all of them also. You did put a lot of time in, and the SAGE assessment really is a valuable tool for employers and for individuals.
Yeah, it helps to recognize different skills and talents that the individual does have.
Okay, now Maria, you're going to let somebody else win it next year?
Yeah, I'll let somebody else win it next year. I was totally shocked, may I add, when I won it this year. I didn't expect it at all.
Well, that's how it usually happens, because I think people, here in Private Industry Council, you love what you're doing, you work hard at it, and you're not really thinking in your mind, well, I'm going to work to see if I can become Divisional Employee of the Year. You're just doing your job.
Oh, and I was shocked when they came in here and announced my name. I'm like, me? What did I do? I was very shocked.
Yeah, and I have to say our producer, Harry Metz, was a divisional winner one year. And once again, you're always just working at your position, and you're doing, everyone wants to do a good job. And I think that stands out. And I think that's why the management at Private Industry Council recognizes folks like you and Harry and many others too.
Yes, I think so too. And like I said, I couldn't do it without the wonderful people that help me every day.
Okay, Maria, thank you so much for coming on the show today. And in the coming months, we're going to have the other two Divisional Employees of the Year on the show, and that's Lori Carson and Carl Valerio. I hope I pronounced his name correctly. And Maria, you know his name very well.
Yeah, it's Valerio. Yeah, I think that's how you pronounce it.
Well, you should. You're Italian.
Yeah, yeah, Maria Teresa. Maria Teresa Coppolino. That's my maiden name.
Okay, we'll have the other two winners on in the coming months, and we'll be right back. Hi, I'm John Evans, and today I am at the site of the Head Start of Fayette County new building project. As you can see, it's in the background here, but also I do want to point out that it's another project financed by the Somerset Trust Company. And today we're going to take a little tour of the site. Okay, we are here at another building site, and for what I understand, this will be a storage site for the Head Start building. Okay, from what I understand from the construction manager, right over here is where the elevator to the building is going to go. But right in here will be the entrance to the new Head Start building. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's show, especially our visit to Goodwill of Southwestern Pennsylvania here in Fayette County, where we spoke with Amy Kakmar, Andy Dorsey, and Gary Gibson, and also, finally, our own Maria Lovett. And I want you to remember, I'll see you next month on the PIC Connection.